Well, that's it. That's Monza Qualifying 2022 Italian Grand Prix wrapped. Come on. You know, I talked about this yesterday on my Flaming Tarmac episode 37. Go check it out on my channel. Hit the likes, because that's what we need now. We need the likes on the video. I talked about it yesterday. This season is done. This season has been done since the summer break. Before the summer break, it's been done. Max wrapped the driver's title. They've basically wrapped the constructors. So it's a double wrap for Red Bull. Wrapped. So really now, all these races, okay, look. If you're a Ferrari fan, I get it. You want to come to Monza in front of the Tifosi. You want to win. You got the anniversary of Monza and all that. I understand. If you're a Ferrari guy, I know that you want to win this race. The prestige of Monza. Being Italian, the Tifosi, I get it. I get it. But when Monza's over, what next? Basically, it's a glorified test session. That's all it is now. From now to the end of the season, it's a glorified test session. They've got Perez, a test dummy at the moment, testing all the new parts and the regulations for next year. That's how confident Red Bull is. They can test drive the second driver already, and we've still got 6 races in. That's the dominance of Red Bull of this season. You've just got to admit it to yourself. Look, if you're a Mercedes fan like me, whatever, yeah, you can still go, yeah, positive. You can go down that route and say, look, it's all positive. It's showing promise. No, there's no promise. Season is wrapped. Over. Now, I still don't trust that Mercedes car. I'm not talking about next year. I think next year, the Mercedes car is going to be a bomber. But this year, I don't trust it. They might be all right here. And then the next track, they might be crap. It's not consistent. The two most consistent cars, well, the most consistent car is Red Bull. Ferraris could have been consistent, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out, did it? Too many mistakes, not reliable, and that's what you get. But Red Bull have been reliable. All right, they've had a couple of DNS here and there, 1 or 2. But overall, they've been reliable and fast. That car, the Red Bull car, you can use it on any track you want. Any track, and it'll work good. But with Ferrari, you can with Ferrari, but it might break down. With Mercedes, it's track dependent. On certain tracks, it won't suit it. And this is why Red Bull have won the title. They've double wrapped it. They've double wrapped they've got the constructors and the driver's title. Like I said, this is why they are getting Perez to test dummy that car, try new parts, and parts are going to be on the car next year, so they can try and get a head start. Now, Lewis Hamilton was getting interviewed the other day and he was all smiling and happy. And then when I saw him, I probably thought he's probably got his contract wrapped for next year, and he knows something we don't know about the car. And there was a statement in the paper somewhere. I'm not sure if this is credible, but I heard it. And he said, we're going to have a very fast car next year. Listen, Mercedes, we'll see. I'll see it when I'll believe it when I see it. You said that the year before, oh, we're going to have a great car this year. Remember last year when you was fighting with Max Verstappen and you goes, oh, next year is going to be a great car. We're going to stop developing the 2021 car and we're going to come into 2022 and we are going to smash it. But you never smashed nothing. You didn't smash anything. Now, it's all right being... Look, it's good that you're confident and you're positive for next season. But me, if my advice, don't mention nothing about next year's car. Just do what you're going to do and see what happens. Because it's not guaranteed that you're going to win the title next year either. Red Bull could come out next year and smash it. Look at Adrian Newey. Adrian Newey, it's funny how these regulations has changed for Red Bull. Let's go back to it. Look, this new concept, it's the ground effect. Look at the ground effect, how that works out. Now, the ground effect is obviously that Mercedes and Ferrari and the other teams are on the back foot, especially Mercedes and like McLaren and all them teams, they're on the back foot. But it's funny, in an interview last week, Adrian Newey says, oh yeah, we know everything about ground effects. I do. I done it at uni. I got a master's degree. I got a thesis in it. And that proves that this season was orchestrated for Red Bull to win. Because the regulations favoured Red Bull. because of the ground effect. Adrian Newey, everybody knows Adrian Newey is the greatest car maker probably in history, along with the Lotus guy, Colin Chapman. We all know that Adrian Newey is a legend. And it's funny how the ground effect, all of a sudden the ground effect cars favours Red Bull because Adrian Newey is a master in ground effects. So obviously the regulations favoured Red Bull. I'm just saying. You work it out. Do the math. But, yeah. Today, there's a few penalties. Gone back to the race day now. I'm not even going to review it. I'm just going to talk a few words about it. Look, we got Monza. We got the Tifosi. We got Charles Leclerc on pole. Hope he wins it tomorrow. Charles Leclerc needs a break. He needs a break. Check these on. Charles Leclerc needs a break. Ferrari has beaten this guy to a pole from day one. Like I said, he came into the beginning of the season, confidence, and then the reliability started doing him over. The reliability issues, and then he's lost confidence in the car. Once you lose confidence in the car, it is game over. Simple. Game over. Now, he got the pole. Can he win the race tomorrow? I do not know. I do not know. Max and Tam, look, these are the official. This is not how qualifying ended. But this is the official grid tomorrow. After grid penalties. So you got Charles Leclerc. You got Charles Leclerc at the front. Second, Russell. Russell didn't finish second. I think he finished like fourth. Well, Hamilton finished in front of Russell. But Hamilton's got a grid penalty, so he has to start in the back. But this is after penalties. You got Leclerc on top, Russell second, third, Lando Norris, Gasly, and then you got Alonso. Then you got Max Verstappen. He took a penalty because he finished. He was second. No, he was second in the qualifying. He split the two Ferraris, but he got a penalty, so he's a combustion engine. So he's 7th place. And you got Nick De Vries. Nick De Vries getting in there for Williams. I hope he gets a seat next year. Juan Yu Zhou, Latifi, Vettel. Obviously, Vettel weren't in it. Yeah, Vettel wasn't in it, actually. He's going to be racing tomorrow. He practiced when he wasn't in it. So, Nick De Vries replaced him in that as well. So, you had Lance Stroll, and then you got Perez. He took a penalty as well. Ocon, Bottas, Kevin Magnussen, Mick Schumacher, Sainz. He took a penalty. And Hamilton right there. And Yuki Tsunoda. And that's the grid for tomorrow. Now, Nick De Vries. Let's go back. Let's start with Nick De Vries. Nick De Vries deserves a shot in Formula 1. Full grid, full season. I think this guy's 26, 27. It seems years since he was in Formula 2. The guy's a Formula E champion, a Formula 2 champion. He's a Mercedes driver under the Mercedes banner, just like Lewis was. Just like Russell was. Just like Ocon used to be. They need to get that guy in a car. Now, there's rumours going around that Daniel Ricciardo might go to Williams. Listen, forget Daniel Ricciardo. He's had his shot. He blew it. They need to get Nick De Vries in there. Nick De Vries deserves a shot in Formula 1. Why should they give Daniel Ricciardo, money-hungry idiots, another shot in Formula 1? He blew it. He blew it. He left Red Bull, went to Renault for the cash. Then he abandoned Renault, which is now Alpine, to go to McLaren. And then famous words he said to Lando Norris, I will end you. You're not ending nothing, mate. Your career's ended. You got out-qualified by Lando Norris. He's killing you in the race. In most of the races. And now you want another shot in Formula 1. You want to go maybe to Williams. You maybe want... No. You had your shot and you blew it. Now it's time for somebody else to come in. Usher in the next generation. Nick De Vries should be in Formula 1. He should be in Formula 1. The guy's an amazing driver. He showed it today. Alright, he had a little slip up in qualifying, but he's still 8th on the grid. That's more than Nicholas Latifi. Get out of there. We need Nicholas Latifi is going to be gone this season. This is his last season in Formula 1. You'll never see Nicholas Latifi again. I don't think they're going to even have him as a reserve driver. Do one. We don't want to see you. Bring in Nick De Vries to replace Nicholas Latifi, and that'll be good. That'll be a good move for Williams. At least then, Toto, because they've got that link with Mercedes, obviously because of the power unit, then Toto can have a look at him and see what's going on. And maybe when Lewis leaves, they can bring in Nick de Vries to replace Lewis Hamilton a few years down the line. Because that's what I'd do. You need to give him a shot, man. You need to give him a shot. People talking about Nico Hülkenberg coming in for out. No. These guys have had their chance. You can't bring in. Listen. Nico Hülkenberg, decent driver. Okay, he didn't win a race in Formula 1, but he was okay driver. But he's had his time. He's had his time. You need to give Nick de Vries a shot. The guy's hungry, man. The guy's a talented driver. I know he's Dutch, but I'm just saying. I like Nick de Vries. Bring him in. Bring him into Williams. Him and Albon would be a perfect teammates for Williams. That'd be a nice little duo. Bring some points home for Williams. Nick de Vries, to me, that's the guy, the one I'm gonna go for Williams. I'm not sure it's gonna happen, but it should happen. But as for Monza, ball fest. Usually it's a decent race, but it was a ball fest qualifying. People are already tapping out of this season. Just give Max Verstappen the title already. Crown him 2022 F1 World Champion. Just crown him. It's over. There's no point. I know they got to finish the season, but look, I don't think even Crafty could have plugged it today. Crafty tried his best to plug this qualifying. He tried his best, but you heard in his voice. His voice was saying, "What's the point? I just want to go home." That's exactly what his voice sounded like. There was no enthusiasm. There was no passion. There was no shouting where you usually hear, "Oh, lights out of the way we go," and you hear that passion in his voice. Come on, there goes Hamilton. There goes Leclerc. Who's gonna get qualifying? This is amazing. There was none of that by Crafty. None of it, because he knows this season is done. Let's face it, the ground effect experiment has failed. Look at last season, how exciting it was. Look at 2019. Look at 2018. Look at 2017. It was a much better season than this one. This one is just absolutely, it's dead. All you get is DRS trains. Apart from the top two, or maybe the top three, maybe sometimes. After that, it's just a DRS train. And that's it. It hasn't improved overtaking. There's less overtaking this season than there was last season. Less. And the ground effect was supposed to bring that in. And look, the ground effect was supposed to change it. So people can overtake easier. No. It hasn't done none of that. This season is dead. And as soon as this season finishes and we move on to 2023, the better. And that's just my opinion. I'm happy for Charles Leclerc. I hope he gets a race win tomorrow. If anyone deserves it in Formula 1 to get a race win, there's two guys in Formula 1 that deserve a race win this year. Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton. That's it. I don't care about the others deserving it. They want it, they're going to fight for it. But the ones that deserve it, for me, usually I don't really say deserve, because that word, sometimes I don't like using. But if anyone deserves, for the luck they've had, the two guys have had the worst luck this season, right, is Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. The luckiest man this season is George Russell. Just saying. But George Russell, still love you. Still a great driver. And I'll continue to love you in the future, being British as well. So, this is Solo P1 signing out. Monza GP qualifying. See you later, guys. Look for the race day tomorrow. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Hit the like. It's essential and it's so important that you hit the like button. I got videos, I had a live qualifying data with the map, virtual map. You could watch all the data map, all the cars on my channel. I do it every qualifying, every race day. A virtual map where you can see all the cars going around with all the live timings. I get 400 views, but 2 likes. I need the likes to get my channel out there, to get the video out there in the algorithm. I need the likes. They are so essential for the rest of YouTube to see my videos. Because the more people see my videos, the more I grow. And the more I grow, the more it gets better for me and you. Then I can start doing giveaways. When I get so far in the YouTube world, I can start doing giveaways, competitions. But I need more views. And that's it, man. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm now on I'm on Spotify, iTunes. There's my socials now. bottom of the screen. But I'm also on iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, TuneIn. I'm on all the outlets of my podcast. All the outlets you can think of on podcast, I am on there. It's called F1, it's Solo P1, F1 Reviews. That's what it's called. Solo P1. Anyway, the name of the podcast is going to be in the link. I'll leave it in the description below so you can see the name of my podcast, Solo P1 F1 Reviews. Yeah, that's it, man. That's all I can say. That's it, man. There's nothing to say, man. It's just boring. I'm just like, it's over, innit? Season's over now. Max Verstappen world champion. So this is Solo P1 Sunday night. See you later, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.